Whoops. Okay. Yep. I think we're good. Are we live? Yes, we are. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back again with another stream. That is right. We are back with the usual people, Mr. James. Mr. Yeet.
Hello.
Representing Tim Michaels today.
Of course.
And of course we have Tyrone. Hello there.
I was about to say, homie, you've done this twice now. You forgot to ping me. We were streaming, and then you forgot to mention me.
No, I was. Look, I had a brain fart, okay, but yeah. So I hope everyone's having a phenomenal day, night, Middle Eastern time, middle night. I don't freaking know what I'm saying. Today we have a lot to talk
I don't
about.
know what you're saying either, dude.
I don't know, but we were gonna talk about Wisconsin, but then 5 minutes before
Trump
we
has been
started.
summoned to appear in federal court on DC on August 3rd at 4 p.m. Eastern Time.
Yep. Everything goes to shit right when we start. Just don't you just love chaos, everybody?
Yeah, I believe they're going after him for Jan 6th this time.
All right. Before we continue with today's stream, I hope you enjoy these type of streams. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. I don't think I gotta say much more. Click the join button and you can help support the content that you all know and love. All right, let's get into this.
Cheap. You have no excuse.
Yes.
I have a family to feed. Please, I need as much dough as I can make from this channel. I don't actually get paid.
I know. It's free labor. I'm joking, but yeah.
It's free real estate.
Free real estate. But of course, before I forget, of course, if you do got any questions for us or any comments, best way to get them answered is sending a super chat. But of course, I'll read through chat, of course. Super chats do help support the content. And yeah. Every time you stream, something happens. It happened last time. Yeah, it's always when I stream that this shit happens. But, alright, let's get into it.
Someone's asking me a question in chat, I must answer it. In fact, I think Walt Disney would, in fact, be a 100% A-plus president if he ever got to that position.
Alright, so we got some breaking news. Donald Trump just got charged by the D.C. court, right?
Yes, I think D.C.
Yeah, so the District Court of Columbia, of course, D.C. I hate courts. But anyway, so Trump got indicted once again, and these are the charges. 1, conspiracy to defraud the U.S. What? 2, conspiracy to obstruct an official proceeding. Huh? 3, obstruction of an attempt to obstruct an official proceeding. Huh? And 4, conspiracy against rights. What? What? That's what it says.
I mean, the official proceeding would have been the electoral vote counting, or whatever, like the certification of the electoral votes.
Is that what they're going after him for?
Yeah, they are. Well, at least from what I haven't read into it, but from 2 and 3, what it looks like their main accusation against him is that he planned January 6th to prevent the certification of the election results.
Which there's no evidence for, obviously. So the case itself is a complete joke. It just depends on if they can convince the jury to convict him anyways.
But
which, if it's in D.C., could be a problem, but I'm not sure. I don't know all the legalese.
But again, I even misquoted. What's conspiracy against rights? What?
I'm not sure what that is, but...
And,
I mean...
like, let's be real here. This is only happening because Devin Archer testified a couple days ago. That's the only reason they're even bringing this up now. We knew about this for how many years now? Suddenly now we gotta charge him. The same week Hunter Biden got testified against by the Devin Archer. But it just... What does this tell you? They're not going after him to secretly get him the nomination.
They're trying to remove him from the ballot because they know if he's on the ballot on November of 2024, he's going to win. It's clear as day at this point.
But I do wonder, it's like, I'm surprised they didn't get, like, a seditious charge. I really am. Or treason.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if, I guess, like, maybe they just don't have evidence for those.
They don't got evidence for shit.
Or- Well, I mean, I'm just saying maybe they don't. Maybe they didn't feel like they had enough evidence for certain charges, so they didn't go through with them.
Well, there's no evidence for any of this either.
But either way, it's I don't know. It just you cannot. I mean, I'm hoping they get this moved to out of DC, but I don't think it will. Who's the judge for this?
I'm not sure, but I guess they're doing it in DC because January 6th was in DC.
They gotta move it. Move it to like frickin' Virginia. Just not for why again. Why is there a court in DC anyways? Why? It's obviously a 95% Democrat. I'm sure they're gonna fairly read a Republican. Let's see. It's illegal to question elections according to his indictment. What? That's what it says? Look, I have my own opinions, but it's like, bro. Obama judge. Well, we're screwed. Branch Covidian 19 for $2. Darren Bailey is primary and Mike Boast in Illinois 12th. Yeah, hopefully Bailey wins.
Yeah, there was one poll. I don't know if there's been any more since I've last checked, but that had him down only 4 points against Boss, and
Yeah,
there's lots of undecided.
I think Bailey's gonna win.
We'll have to see what happens. If Trump endorses Bailey, he's definitely going to win. Otherwise, I'm not sure.
I don't think he's getting involved because didn't Boast endorse Trump?
I think it's most likely he
Boston
sits
endorsed
out,
Trump.
but if he endorses someone, I think it's more likely he endorses Bailey, because Bailey did meet up with him recently, I believe.
Yeah, so, like somebody says, they're gonna find one Republican in DC and claim it's nonpartisan. It's like the California Redistricting Commission. And, you know, it's like, we got 4 Republicans here. You look at all 4 of the Republicans, and they donated Democrats. I mean, these independent commissions and, like, these nonpartisan people, they're always Democrats. You notice that?
Yeah.
They're all partisans, but whatever.
I started noticing that several years ago.
The worst judge we could have gotten, it's over. I wouldn't say that, but I mean, I don't like the fact they're indicting a former president like this, and when he's running for frickin' a second term. I mean, you could say what you want. You don't start a precedent like this. You don't.
Super chat, Dustin Carn for $2. We should really target Bishop's district in Georgia.
You mean North Carolina?
No,
It says-
Georgia.
I
That's
think
the Southwest Blue
Kansas.
District.
Oh yeah. I don't.
Majority. It's the
Republicans have good potential in that district long term. I do think they should put in work in that district, but it's definitely a long term investment.
I think it's that's a bit of a long shot right now, but isn't he like 70 though?
I think he's older. I mean, he's been in Congress a long time. Sanford Bishop.
Let's see. Yeah. So yeah, we got the Trump stuff just broke, and somebody gotta go read through it. I don't feel like it.
I can't imagine the Supreme Court going against Trump if it made it there.
I even think that the Supreme Court would not allow a president to get indicted like that.
I definitely think Barrett and Gorsuch would side with Trump. I'm very skeptical of Kavanaugh, but I think he'd probably stand with Trump in
I
that
think
scenario.
even some of the liberals would say we can't allow this. I mean,
Potentially. I wouldn't be too surprised, but I wouldn't bet on it either.
I would see them like abstain partially or something, because you can't just allow that.
Super chat,
Dustin Carner for 2. Oh, okay. Dustin Carner for 2. It's trending red and was in a single digits last year. I know, but it's very inelastic. You're not going to see it change much.
They kind of vote the same way in every election. It's
I'm not so sure about that. I need to check Kemp's margin.
I don't. Kemp lost
Kemp
by like 6.
It was very close, I believe. So it's not necessarily that inelastic.
I know. I think I remember people stopped paying attention to it after I think it was Chris West won the primary, because I guess the other candidate was a bit more like electable in the district.
Yeah, he was stronger.
More electability.
Well, that was a case where it made more sense, but yeah. SCOTUS has the last say, I think, on all these cases. Yeah, I just don't see how they would allow it to go through, even the liberals, because you just you would become a Brazil at that point, where you arrest Bolsonaro.
I think Argentina's a more apt.
Oh yeah, Argentina. But Brazil's getting there. I mean, they kicked him off the ticket, Bolsonaro.
All right, yeah, the district was. Oh wait, is this 2018? Oh no, this is 22. I forgot Abrams was still the candidate. Yeah, it was only Kemp +4, or not Kemp +4, Abrams +4. So there's potential in that district.
Yeah, I think that it's still like it's not a bad investment like long term, but right now I don't.
Well, I think what we should do is ask ourselves is if the Democrats were in this position, would they try to target it and flip it? And I think they definitely would long term try to flip it. So
I saw.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw someone in the chat talking about a potential successor to Dan Bishop. I mean, they said that they want Mark Brody. I mean, my guess is that if Dan Bishop does retire and runs for Attorney General, that they'll try to run Tricia Cotham to replace him.
Yeah, if Trump gets back in, Hillary might finally be put in jail. No, I don't see it. I know Trump wanted to, but it's like you.
I have snake oil to sell you if you think Trump's gonna do shit against Joe Biden or Hillary Clinton when he gets reelected.
Just to be honest, it opens a can of worms. You can't. Well, with Biden, you can make an argument because
they've already opened up the can of worms.
I know,
to be fair.
I know, but it's like with Biden, at least you can make It was when he was as VP that he had a corruption scandal, but it just with the Clinton stuff, it's like. Do you really want to go down the route? Personally, I would want to, but...
Testing corner for $2. We need to talk our strategy in higher education.
Just take over the colleges. That's the simplest way I could say it. Just take over the colleges. But...
What's his name? Corey D'Angelo? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing good.
Yeah, I mean, we gotta do... I mean, did you guys see that poll about, like, 12th graders?
Yeah.
Like 12th grade girls are like
there's a very big gender gap.
Yeah, they're like D plus 30, but like men are like R plus 30. It's like I'm shocked it's that big. Like I would expect to be like a 20-point gap, but like 60. Jeez. But it's like they're purposely targeting those voters. The Democrats are, and I guess it's working. So. Fun. Trump isn't going to arrest Clinton. Yeah, he won't.
I mean, I feel like he may have. I feel like he may. I think if there was like an easy way to do it, or I guess like a way.
Oh yeah, he would.
He
But
probably would have tried it.
VW Bear for 2. I hope Ronna Romney McDaniel steps down. She's been fine recently, surprisingly. I mean, she's gotten some early vote stuff going. But that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, I doubt she does since she just won re-election as chair.
Yeah, but I don't think she runs for another term. Unless
it was probably better that she beat Harmeet Dillon.
Well, yeah, we gotta get into that California stuff because I was vindicated. I was vindicated about the rule changes. Remember how they said no? They have to change the rules.
Well, apparently they're trying to do something like that in Massachusetts now.
Yeah, hold on. Let me pull this up. Let me just pull this up. Yeah, California. Because I got so much shit about that they have to do proportional. And then you had this. The California GOP changes the rules allowing for a candidate with over 50% of the vote to receive all 169 delegates.
This essentially means Trump's going to get every single delegate out of California now. And it will make it much harder for them to make it so he doesn't get the nomination.
I mean, I remember I made like 3 videos on this subject, and everybody was saying, no, they have to change it. It's like, what the frick are you talking about? I mean, they never had to change it to proportional. They were just doing it because DeSantis' people were panicking. And you notice, they knew about this for months. If the DeSantis people worried so much about it, why didn't they bring it up 6 months ago when they changed the dates? Why? Because guess what? It favored them back then when it was like 50-50. Now it doesn't. That's why they're trying to get it changed.
Yeah, good job. Good job to Barris and Laura for getting the rule change back in favor of Trump.
I cannot believe I'm saying this, but thank God for Laura Loomer in this case. That's a rare circumstance. But she saved us in California from this garbage. Duster Corner for 2. Why do Republicans love divided primaries so much? Montana and Alaska or Arizona? It's because you have a bunch of idiots in the GOP that they know they can't win.
No, that's Montana and Alaska.
And Alaska, yeah. They're just so egotistical. And
Rosendale was going to be the Montana Senate nominee until they started trying to force Sheehy on us. I really hope he does, because Sheehy is awful. I'd rather have Tester for another 6 years.
They're finding some stuff about Sheehy. It's like, what the fuck is Dane's thinking with this guy?
Sheehy, my position is, people aren't going to like this, but my position is Sheehy is so bad, I'd rather have Tester for another 6 years so we can have another chance.
No.
Here's the thing. Here's the problem. If Sheehy gets in there and he's Lindsey Graham 2.0, he's going to be in there for as long as he wants to. If Tester wins, it'll be another 6 years, but we'll have another chance to get someone that's not, Lindsey Graham 2.0.
Yeah, I think with the Sheehy,
that's my stance.
At first, he seemed fine when we didn't know more about him. He was like, he was a Navy SEAL, he had a business, and then
he's just the most astroturfed candidate I've ever seen.
Yeah, then he freaking turns out he's only lived in Montana for like 5 years.
Yeah.
And his business, I didn't talk about this much, it is not financially stable. So if you're banking on being a self-funder, good luck.
Hey, Real American, spell ICUP.
What?
Shut the fuck
Spell
up.
ICUP.
Of course, he joins. Trump 2024 just joined the stream, everybody.
Greetings, everybody. How are you doing?
Hi, aliens. How are you today?
Hi.
So, yeah, we were talking about the...
Damn, I asked how you were, and you just said hi back. I see how it is.
I'm doing good.
That's good.
So, yeah, we were talking about Montana and how, like, he is, like, garbage. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you can make an argument that, okay, Danes didn't know, but how didn't you do basic research on this guy? His money is not... He's not that
He just doesn't
wealthy.
want to have Rosendale in the Senate. That's all it is.
Yeah, I'm a Rosendale fan.
Yeah, I'm with
I
Rosendale.
think he's better.
I think the grassroots
No,
ain't
she's
happy.
not compared to Katie Britt. And Katie Britt's overrated anyways. She's
okay.
fairly good,
She's
but
fine.
she's not comparable at all, though. She
Yeah.
is a whole different... He's a total fraud. He basically... He's clearly just willing to change his political beliefs to suit whatever he's doing at the time.
I have no idea who the hell he is, but
He's
all I know
completely
is that Rosendale
untrustworthy.
is
So
good.
he's the guy in
I don't see
Montana
why he's
that...
good.
At first he seemed fine, but it's like, just do basic research. It's like, why are you running this guy? And the grassroots in Montana, they don't want anything with this guy. They're like, who the hell is this? We've never heard of him. Duster Corner for 2. How y'all feel about potential Alabama-Wisconsin maps? Alright. Alabama, there's a good chance we hold the line. Because they're going scorched earth with Section 2. They're going to try to
It sounds like Alabama's, from what I can tell, Alabama's trying to hold out for as long as possible and hope Louisiana can get Section 2 struck
They're
down.
trying to play games. They're trying to, like, they're trying to kick it down the line. They're
Man,
trying...
we really
The current AG of Louisiana is Jeff Lander, right? He's kind of running that whole case. Yeah, he's running for governor this year, and he's going to be an amazing governor.
Yeah.
We really fucked up by not nominating Roy Moore. That dude told the Alabama Supreme Court and state legislator, kiss my fucking ass.
Well, seems like Kay Ivey is standing with the legislator, thankfully.
Yeah, I mean, that was the funniest thing ever. They had, like, a district that's, like, still R+8, and it's, like, barely 40% black. And they were like, this is good enough.
It's time to abolish the Voting Rights Act.
Well, Section 2 they got abolished because it's race-based redistricting. They're forcing race-based redistricting, not based on community of interest.
It's time to abolish voting rights.
Wisconsin, I want to talk about this. Derek Van Orden's a freaking idiot. Even without the redistricting stuff, what the hell is he doing?
What'd he do this time?
Wasn't he, like, yelling at a high schooler?
So he was, like, drunk, and he was yelling at kids at the what's it called?
Oh, no.
You know,
like
the
a Civil War memorial.
Yeah, he was
Average
like...
Wisconsinite.
Yeah,
It
but
was
it's
like one of those Civil War hospitals, I think.
But, yeah, so it was... no, it was the Capitol building. But either way, it's like they were looking at the his office. There is, like, 30 beer... like, bottles of, like, wine and stuff in there, and alcohol. It's like the guy was drunk and yelling at high school kids.
Average,
That's-
average Wisconsinite.
Based
Yeah.
boozer.
But I just like he's not been good. Let's be real about that. He's not been good at all.
He's been a pretty big disappointment.
Maybe he should
so
run
far.
against
What?
nothing.
What you say?
I'm saying maybe he should run against Baldwin. We're in quite a shortage of good candidates now.
Well,
that sounds
frankly,
good.
I think there's only one correct answer as to who we should run against Tammy
Okay.
Baldwin.
I think I see
2024.
where this is going.
Let's rip the Band-Aid off. Yeet, why do you have Tim Michaels as your profile picture?
Well, let's see. For one, we have literally no one else to run against Tammy Baldwin that's actually good.
we
And
gotta
Tim
hope.
Michael, look, you gotta look at the context of the 2022 governor's race in Wisconsin. Tony Evers, despite what everyone else thought, was actually a very popular incumbent governor who had what was it according to exit polls? 50, I think it was 55% approval.
Yeah, it was like
so the fact that
55.
Tim Michaels only lost by 3.5 points shows that he actually was able to pick off a lot of people that approved of Evers.
Electoral
Evers,
juggernaut
whatever.
Tim
I mean,
Michaels.
in my honest opinion, like Michaels is a
Not
good
to
run.
mention, Michaels did not get the support he needed whatsoever from Doug Ducey.
Well-
he got outspent 2-1 in Wisconsin against a super popular incumbent governor.
Well,
the fact that he didn't lose by over 5 is actually insane when you consider that. And let's be honest, no one was beating Tony Evers.
With the environment we got, yeah. But I think that with Wisconsin, and that's where we're gonna segue to, I was thinking we are kind of screwed. David Clark has some mad things about him. So I'm not
the only-
16. I'm
You
clearly
know what?
the only-
Okay, I want to interrupt this to talk about something that's actually affecting the world and could actually be the wild card of this year. Let's talk about Niger.
No, I'm not 16.
Yes,
Oh,
let's
yeah,
talk
no,
about
I
Niger.
know.
Let's talk about Niger.
I don't know if you've heard. I don't know if you've been I don't know how many people have been looking at it, but there's like a sort of a war brewing in West Africa because all of the Russian-supported coup governments. There's a bunch of governments in West Africa got couped recently, and Russia is supporting these coups. And meanwhile, the main economic bloc, ECOWAS, is against the coups because it disrupts the normal trade relations in the region.
Not
And
only
they're
that-
saying and this is the 4th coup that has happened. And so ECOWAS is now saying that they're not going to take this one lightly, and they're starting to talk about an intervention in Niger. And the other coup states are saying they're going to declare war on the ECOWAS states if they go to war with Niger, which could be like a whole like West African wide conflict.
That's gonna be chaotic.
Not only is that an issue, the issue is Niger in specific. So as you guys know, like over 80% of France is powered by nuclear, right?
Yeah.
Niger is where France gets the absolute majority of its uranium from,
Yeah,
and
did they
Niger said that
boycott
they're cutting off all gold and uranium trade with France.
That's gonna
They
be.
can-
That-
Well, actually, I actually don't think that's going to be that big because they
That's
can
gonna
just
be
get uranium
huge.
from another.
I
they can get
believe-
uranium from other countries.
I believe
That's-
France
it's
in
not gonna be
general has
enough here.
been.
It's
believe
not going to be
France-
enough to off-put the energy crisis there, dude.
I believe
It's-
France in
it's
general has been
not-
losing a
it's
lot of influence in Africa to
it's-
Russia and China
Well,
over the past
they
years.
have been because of the coups. The coups that have happened in the last 2 years have caused France to lose a lot of influence in West Africa because they've had to withdraw troops because all these coup governments are the ones that are fighting it's in these states where the jihadist activity is.
But
After,
yeah,
we
I
talked about.
believe Russia had like a giant summit with like almost every
Yeah, they
African
did.
country. They're improving their relations
So okay,
with them a lot.
before we continue, I got a quick super chat. Duster Carter for 2. Can we flip back the Alaska House seat with Bigich? No, Bigich sucks.
I wish Shabaka would have ran.
I think she's.
Who is Bob?
I had
Good?
a dream the other night
What?
that Shabaka ran for the House.
Who the fuck is Bob Good?
You don't know who Bob Good is?
You don't know for
PA5. He voted against McCarthy.
It's Virginia.
Okay, well, he just endorsed Rosendale.
Wait, what?
That's
Yeah.
not surprising.
That's that. Yeah. Rand Paul, I think, did too.
Yeah, here, Rap. I'll put it in the server.
All right.
There you go. Good for Congress. Rep Matt Rosendale is who Montana America needs in the Senate, a proven courageous conservative.
I think we're Rosedale's a chance. But back to the African stuff. Could this be a foreign policy disaster for Biden?
This could be a massive
I
foreign
don't think-
policy
I don't
disaster if
think-
he gets
I mean,
involved. If he gets
I
involved.
don't think the U.S. I don't think the U.S. is going to be that involved. I think it's going to be France versus Russia, really.
It's gonna be mostly France. It's gonna be mostly French interests and like it's French and currently existing West African interests versus Russia and Russian-backed West African military junta interests.
It's always
Yeah, I mean,
I've always wondered why Russia's gotten like so involved with Africa stuff, but it's like, wait a minute, that doesn't make.
well, that's where Wagner is now.
Yeah.
That's where like all of Wagner's
So
operations are.
is that what
ever
the
since they
Russia's
got
like
kicked out of
plan
Ukraine.
is? They're trying to like build an alliance through like Africa and China.
Yeah,
Well, they're just trying.
to,
They're just
like,
trying to grow their influence in general against the West, and that's a big part of the world that they could do that in.
Well, also having Wagner in Africa means that they're not in Russia.
Oh, Janet Yellen just said something about our credit score being reduced.
Oh
Raph.
yeah, we gotta talk, but that's actually pretty big.
Yellen says Fitch downgraded based on outdated data.
Just admit the economy sucks. You're fake.
Well, what they're doing now is trying to gaslight the population with
It's not
Bidenomics. It's not working, and the reason it won't work is because you can't lie to people and say their eyes are lying to them. They can look at their pocketbooks and see that the economy is awful.
Like, let's be clear, the economy isn't like in collapse yet, but it's not good either. For those that are saying the economy is in a really good situation, it's like, no. And I can actually bring this up because the ratings got cut today for the U.S. It's the first time since, I believe, 2008, right?
Yeah, it's the first time since the Depression. That's typically a precipitator that the Depression is gonna hit, and it's gonna hit hard.
I mean, they're not usually wrong about this, the credit rating stuff. They don't usually piss around with this. So yeah, the U.S. ratings cut to AA+ from AAA. Yeah, I wonder if that's gonna be. They must know that some of the jobs, they really are summer jobs. Some of the job growth we're seeing.
The job growth is it's strong seasonal growth, but when you put it up against historical trends and you
Not
put
a
it
good
up
sign.
against things like historical growth or growth under Trump, the job market is stagnating, if not actually shrinking currently.
Yeah,
that is one of Biden's largest disasters right now. You have to be absolutely delusional to deny that the job market hasn't been growing under Biden with all metrics applied.
Duster Corner for 2. Britain and France should have kept their colonies. No, there's no way they would have after World War II.
They wouldn't have. It's just not possible.
Yeah.
I mean, France tried to keep Algeria, and Algeria forced themselves into freedom. It's even if they committed everything they had to keeping Africa, it wouldn't have worked.
But yeah, as for the job market, I've actually looked at this. You see where the jobs are in. It's like 1% in manufacturing. That's not good.
It's mostly service like finance and whatnot based.
In like information, it's like, okay, those are good summer jobs. What's gonna happen this fall? Like next month? I mean, there's a real bit there's a chance this gets ugly real quick. I know we've been saying it, but it's like, look at all the metrics. It's getting held together by duct tape and glue. This entire economy. Now you got interest rates going up and freaking credit card debt's all-time high.
They're trying to stop the economy from collapsing before the 2024 election happens.
What else can they do?
That's not gonna work.
What can they do except jack up interest rates? That's gonna hurt many people.
That's the only thing they can do, and then they'll say, "Suck it up, Buttercup."
That's gonna. I mean, it's already up to what, 5.5%?
Yeah, they're doing it to 5.5. Yeah.
I mean, how high can they? I mean, they could go 90% if they wanted to, but it's like, at what point can they have to stop? But yeah.
I don't know where they'll stop. I mean, I saw after the last interest rate hike, I saw a lot of people saying that Powell should be fired.
I don't. Can he?
I looked it up. I think it's like a legal gray area.
I think because he's like technically he's appointed, but he can't be fired. I thought.
what I read was that like it just has never been tested, so we don't know if it would stand up in court or not.
Let's see here. The job growth is also concentrated in right-to-work states. Yeah. I mean, the job growth isn't like all like the Republican states are like right-to-work stuff. Not so much in California. Talk with New Jersey. Yeah, the lieutenant governor died. Still don't know what happened, but
She died of an undisclosed medical.
Okay, we have even an even worse death that happened yesterday, I believe. Pee Wee Herman
Yeah.
is dead.
that's in the chat.
Rest in peace.
Pee Wee Herman died. I didn't know he had cancer. I honestly
Yeah,
didn't.
that's sad.
Pee Wee Hermanoid? What?
Yeah, Pee Wee Herman had cancer.
Oh yeah, no, I saw that news.
It's really sad.
I was making a not so tasteful joke.
Bitch!
Sorry, we just happened in real life.
Yeah, but it just sucks. A loaf for £2. Did you hear about Shalia Oliver? Yeah, the lieutenant governor of New Jersey. And I think
We were
it's
just talking about that.
now because Phil Murphy's gone, right? It's technically the president
He's
of
out
the
of.
Senate.
I think he's out of the state right now. So yeah, it's the president of the Senate.
Isn't Florida's economy about to crash? Yeah, it's not looking good. Dustin Carter for 2. We'll get to the economy in a second for Florida. Carter for 2. So who do we really want to run for Nevada and Arizona? Nevada, Rick Harrison.
Yeah, Rick Harrison is the only option.
Arizona, go with Masters, please.
I want Lake.
Masters. But as for
The thing
Florida,
is, Lake is going to run, and at that point, it'd just be a waste for Masters
it
to run
would, but
against
it's
her.
like we just got to see. Now, people are asking about the economy in Florida. Be prepared for the insurance. Like the insurance companies are like screwing off.
The worst thing about this is that DeSantis is essentially giving Democrats something to campaign on in Florida, and that could cause a bit of a reversion of our gains.
I don't think so, but it's like, what is he freaking doing? He's just ignoring the problem.
Rob's second term is awful, just objectively bad. He's abandoned the state just so he can go sit in Iowa and lose it by like 40 points or so.
I mean, if those insurance companies, like, they're leaving, right? They're like, I'm pretty sure they're.
Yeah, they're leaving. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like AAA left.
Florida's completely unaffordable.
That's just.
Yeah, it's just.
That's not
There's
good.
like, I don't like how do you expect people to want to live in Florida when they can't even insure their houses against floods, or like hurricanes or whatever, which happen all the time in Florida.
It's like, okay, it's one thing if this was like, one company. The fact it's like every single insurance company, they're like, we're leaving. I don't think
And
that's
they're not
good.
doing anything about it. They're just calling the insurance companies woke.
Is that seriously what his response is?
Yeah, that's what their response was. It was like
You're-
calling the insurance companies.
You're kidding
woke.
me, right?
That's what I saw. I could look it up, but
Yeah, somebody look that up. What is DeSantis doing about it? Because
He's campaigning in Iowa.
Here, Florida. It says woke Bud Light of insurance. It says calls insurer the woke Bud Light of insurance companies.
send me the link. You gotta be kidding me.
Someone kind of brings up a good point. The more expensive Florida is, the less Republicans from the Midwest move there. Never mind, keep it up, Rob. I'm okay with this.
Yeah, could somebody send me that?
This was just the first article I got when I looked it up.
I don't
know
believe
what
you.
you think of the source.
I don't believe you. Okay,
I can look for another one.
It is from the New Republic, but I gotta see this.
I mean, I'm of the opinion that this is actually probably a good thing because I absolutely despise the fact Republicans continue to allow socially liberal businesses to make business and their state the whole. We keep them around for the capital economy is why they've thrived for so long. So it's actually probably a good thing that we're kicking them out of red states, even if the economy takes a nosedive for a while. Yeah, it's going to suck, but at the same time, it actually does thoroughly scrub the state of any of that corporate liberal influence.
I can look for a better source on this. I mean, there's just
I understand this is from the New Republic, but what the hell? Florida's chief financial officer is threatening to investigate and even fine Farmers Insurance for pulling out of the state, which he insists is due to wokeness. Are you freaking serious?
Send this to me?
What the I know it's the New Republic, but what the hell?
I think they have a quote
It's a
from
chat.
later in the article.
From DeSantis?
No, from the guy, the chief financial officer.
I found it. I sincerely believe that with today's actions, Farmers Insurance is well on its way to become the Bud Light of insurance.
Jeez.
People
These.
say Trump's campaign is terminally online,
Oh
and then
my
these fucking
gosh.
shit.
I know this isn't DeSantis, but doesn't this guy support DeSantis?
I think so. I think he's like pro. I would assume he's pro DeSantis if he's like a Republican statewide official.
Oh my god. You could have just said anything. You could have blamed Biden for this. But you blame Bud Light?
I can't believe Bud Light would do this to us, bro.
Oh. Duster Carter for 2. Why do Republicans call everything woke? Like my racism. They're lazy. That's the best way I could put it.
Because most people who parrot that fucking rhetoric are either grifters or low IQ people who don't actually want to fucking come up with something original. They just want to parrot the same talking points and not have to put actual creative effort into anything.
True.
That's what the fucking issue is. By the way, another good reason for why insurance companies should leave. This inevitably means we might get our own capital since the vacuum and the people in that state will still be there. So you might actually see more right-wing leaning insurance companies based in Florida start popping up. So, like, yeah, no, it's actually kind of a good thing long term.
But the way to blame it on wokeness? That's the...
No, I'm not debating that. I'm just saying even though they're handling this in the most fucking brain dead way possible, it's still a pretty good thing for us.
Okay, VW Bear for 5. I'm afraid a Democrat will be governor of Florida in 2026. No.
Matt Gaetz will be a great governor.
It's gonna be, it's probably gonna be Gates or
It's gonna be Matt Gaetz unless he just doesn't run.
or Donald's.
I would love for Gaetz to run.
Trump would like 99% back Matt Gaetz.
I could see like a Salazar v. Gates primary.
Salazar's not good. Well, she is from Miami.
The Republican
but...
electorate is just way too Trumpian to vote Salazar against Gaetz,
Well, I mean,
especially with Trump backing him.
I didn't say they would vote for Salazar. I just said that I could see a running. I guess like I could see like a Gates v. Salazar primary happening.
Wokeness killed my pet rock.
Unbelievable.
We gotta stop the woke mind virus before it kills more pet rocks.
But I don't get how you respond to this by blame the fact that this is the economy of Biden that's causing this. Don't blame wokeness. This has nothing to do with it. Magic calling DeSantis a grifter when Trump grifted donors in 2022. He said chipping in the Masters campaign, the 9-10 of the money went to Trump. It's a little. Every campaign does that.
DeSantis is a millionaire now through his book deal. So, he's most definitely a grifter.
Oh, I know Tyrone's gonna like this one. Duster Carter for 2. Republicans need more college-educated people.
Hi! Hey, I was summoned. What are we talking about?
Duster Carter sent a super chat saying Republicans need more college-educated people.
Absolutely. You cannot have a serious movement. Like, all I'm saying is the reason long-term movements like communism and fascism and liberalism thrived is because of the fact that they took over control of educational institutions and actually had upper tier ideological vanguards and intelligentsias who were capable of actually developing doctrine and setting forth intellectualized policy, because you can't have a political movement based off of just purely the white working class. You need your post grads that are actually doing things, especially stuff like STEM and economics.
And I mean, mentioning Florida, that they actually have this problem right now where universities are struggling to hire people because.
Oh yeah, I know. Florida's having a massive. They're having a massive brain drain. DeSantis has caused a massive brain drain in Florida.
I'm glad he went over some institutions, but it's like he went way too far with some of the stuff.
Did you guys hear that Judge Tanya Chitkan, an Obama appointee, is going to preside over Trump's January 6th trial?
Yeah, we heard that.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier.
That's insane.
Let's see here. Can Christian run for No, absolutely not.
He would lose in a landslide, even if he could.
Sid O'Reilly's already running again anyways.
College students are the main ones who protest and share their views. Yeah. Did you wake up this morning? You mean awoke? I haven't slept in months to stop the woke mind virus from attacking me in my sleep.
Lizzo has been sued by 3 former dancers for alleged sexual. Why the fuck should I give a shit about some fat fucking like not Hollywood, like some fat fucking California pop singer. Why should I fucking give a shit about that? Like, I'm sorry, but that's just not important. Culture war stuff like that is just nonsensical and distracting. People will talk about Lizzo's people being sexually harassed and fat shamed while Trump's getting fucking
Thrown in jail.
indicted. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's time we finally talk about the topic of today's stream was supposed to be Wisconsin. We really didn't talk about it, except for the Michaels tangent, but honestly, we're kind of screwed, if we're being honest here. We got David Clark, everybody knows my opinion, Scott Mayer I know nothing about, and Eric Hovey. I think I'm saying that correctly. He's okay, but we're not...
Yeah, and at least from and the little polling that there is of the Republican primary has David Clark up by a lot.
Duster Carter for 2. Conservatives seeded colleges of libs in the Reagan years. Yeah, I'm never forgiving Reagan for that. But yeah, for Wisconsin... Go on.
Oh, sorry. No, I was going to say the last poll, the only company that's polled the Republican primary is Public Policy Polling, and they, they had, so in their last poll, they had Clark up 40, Gallagher 20, Hovey 3, Tiffany 10, and undecided 27. And so
all I'm gonna say,
there's only the candidate with 3%, the one with 20, and the one with 10. So there's only the 40. I mean, I think there needs to be some more polling on this
all I'm
race.
gonna say is there is one man known for being a strong candidate with a massive primary polling lead.
We're not doing the Michaels thing again.
Look. He's much better than all the other options currently available right
Eric
now.
Hovey's fine.
And again, if you look into the governor's race in 22 with context, Michaels actually did quite good. And with Trump on the ticket, he could very well pull off an upset, especially if Trump is winning Wisconsin bigly, like the national polls show he likely would.
Gosh, can you just imagine this is how Michaels comes back?
Third time's the charm. Third time's the charm, as they say.
Oh gosh,
yeah.
But I don't think it's gonna go well.
I'm seeing people suggest Kevin Nicholson. I don't know what you. I mean, I haven't heard much from him. I think he dropped out of the governor race.
Yeah, he did. He was awful.
I don't remember. I forgot what he did, but yeah.
He had one moment in 2018 where he took second, got like 44%, and that was about it.
Yeah, Michaels also, he has the name recognition. He has more experience campaigning now, and could
He's not gonna run.
rectify the mistakes he made. Trump needs to push him to run again.
Michaels
That's our only option. Running. That is the only solution possible.
With Eric Hovey. Eric Hovey, I think I'm saying that correct. He's our only hope.
I mean,
he probably would run if Trump pushed him again.
No, bro, you know who is our only hope.
He's the only candidate that even got like 3%. Like in the poll, it's just David Clark 40, Eric Hovey 30, and then like 50% toss-up because we don't know how those voters will go.
Oh gosh, if we get stuck with Clark, we are so screwed.
I mean, he dominated in the only 2 polls that were conducted.
Hovey is basically a perennial candidate. Surely can do better. Nah, he's not perennial. That's Nicholson. As long as Ohio, West Virginia, and Montana is 1 in 24, Wisconsin isn't needed. Yeah, but we want to not. I would much rather have like a 5-seat majority.
Sources tell me that Hivoldi supported Gary Johnson in 2016. Is this really the best candidate we can get in Wisconsin?
Well, never mind. Well, there goes that.
Assuming that's true, then yeah.
I mean, I know. Yeah, I know. Steele declined. Gallagher declined, and now Tiffany has declined. So the only people in the House delegation who haven't are Grothman and DeVio.
We are so screwed.
There's only one option that could save us.
Michaels.
Unironically, Tim Michaels. Trump needs to get him to run again.
Oh gosh, if it's Michaels v. Cleefus primary again,
I will happily support and donate to Tim Michaels in that situation.
Why can't we run Scott Walker? Because he
declined.
He doesn't want to run. Sam Matz for 2. Would Clark lose Grant County? Yeah, he would get crushed. Now Tiffany didn't pussy out. He just realized it's not the best idea to run.
What about
I'd rather keep Tiffany in the house, honestly.
Yeah, especially.
I saw someone earlier. Sorry.
Duster Carter for 2. Scott Walker, Cleefish from Wisconsin. The bench is awful. Go with Walker in that case. At least with Scott Walker, you know he had a history of winning. I know that was a while ago, but still.
If there's anyone that can cause even a slight reversion in the WoW counties, it would be Scott Walker.
That's the guy that freaking won like 70%, like, was like 74% in Ozaki or something crazy like that. It's freaking nuts what he did.
I saw someone suggest Daniel Kelly this morning.
What?
I saw someone suggest Daniel Kelly. This morning.
No. We're not doing Daniel Kelly.
He'll pull it off this time, guys.
Third time's a charm.
He'd lose
Third time's
Waukesha.
the charm and fourth time's the harm.
Come on, I honestly kind of want Michaels to run.
Exactly. It makes sense. It makes sense. He just has to happen. It just has to happen. Trump needs to go talk to Michaels. Hey, look, I get it. Last year didn't go so well. But you, Tim, I need you to run for Senate. I need you to run for Senate. You'll pull it off this time, I believe.
Gosh, we are so screwed with that one. The fact our bench is down to like freaking Tim Michaels and Rebecca Cleafish. That's our bench.
There is also.
We need the primary between Cleafish and Michaels to happen again, so we can watch her lose.
I always come back.
The potential candidates list on Wikipedia, so it's so like.
Tim Michaels needs to win an election so he can get his Wikipedia portrait updated from his like 2006 Senate run or whatever.
Wait a minute, hold on. Michaels lost in 2004 by 10, right?
Was it 2004?
Yeah,
it was a lot.
Yeah, 2004. He lost by 10.
Look, he lost by 10, and this time he only lost by 3.5.
Yeah,
so pattern shows he'll win by like 4 points this time.
It was a 5.5 point shift or 6.5 point shift. That means he would beat Baldwin real.
The numbers are there, and if anyone says otherwise, I think they're coping.
Michael's not gonna run though. It shouldn't even...
Donald Trump, you need to talk to Tim Michaels. Have a convo.
What if the primaries between Scott or Dan Kelly, Jennifer Doro, Kevin Nicholson, Cleafish, Michaels, and Robin Voss?
That would be comparable to the Missouri primary.
Just get Vicky Hartzler to carpetbag to Wisconsin. Or Billy Long. Get Billy Long to carpetbag to Wisconsin.
Sam Matz for 2. How about the state treasurer guy? No. He's going to probably run for governor.
Derek Van Orden drunkenly proclaims that he's running for U.S. Senate in 2024.
I really wouldn't be shocked if it's like a DVO v. Clark primary.
Oh, God.
What if they just draw Van Orden into a safe blue district and he just says screw it and runs for Senate?
That's what I mean. They'll probably. They're gonna draw his district to make it bluer, so he might just like not bother running for re-election. Run for Senate.
You know damn well there's gonna be like some random ass state legislator we never heard of run, and he becomes the next senator just because.
I mean, I wouldn't actually, now that I think about it, if they redraw all the state legislative maps, there might be just a bunch of state legislators that don't feel like running for re-election and decide to all go for Senate. So then there's like a bunch of like no-name candidates just who like do really well in like one county.
Yeah, it's gonna be like the lieutenant governor primary from last year. Go look that up.
Wisconsin had some goofy primaries last year.
Oh gosh, look, they're a freaking whoever designed that. But anyways. Duster Connor for 2. Why do Republicans candidates get to run 2 to 3 times in a row? Because yes. Who is that one? There's like some one guy from like 88 to like 2000.
Look, sometimes we just have to scrape the barrel. We're not able to find candidates very easily.
Who is that guy from like 1980 to like 2000? He lost every single governor election, but then won in like Rhode Island or something crazy.
Lincoln Chafee?
No, I think so. It was like some random dude that's like, he lost like 5 times in a row that eventually won.
I don't know.
Someone's bringing up Dr. Oz about running for Senate. Speaking of running old candidates for Senate races once again, we do need to run Dr. Oz against Dave McCormick once again.
I don't think Dr. Oz will run because it seems like he's just trying to go back to his.
He's definitely not going to run, but I'd like him to because we just have Dirty Dave.
It would be really entertaining to see a Bob Menendez beat Dr. Oz.
There was a poll showing that Oz would actually beat McCormick again in a primary, which is hilarious to me.
I do wonder, why did they add him to the poll like that?
They know something we don't. Dr. Oz is planning something. He's pissed.
Uh,
Oh yeah, that's why he took down all his campaign ads and went back to being a TV actor.
Sam,
Look, it's the element of surprise. They won't expect it.
Sam Madsen for 2. Any former statewide officers that could run Cleefish, and that's about it.
Yeah, I've seen people say Vukmir for 7.
No, absolutely not.
We need to save her for the governorship in 2026. So
Vukmir gets
so we can have 3-term Tony.
Oh gosh, if Vukmir is, you think Michaels was bad? Look up Leo Vukmir from 2018.
3-term Tony would win that race by like over 15 points.
Let's see here. There was Evan Mackham who ran like 5 times from 1950 to 1980, then became the governor of Arizona. That is determination right there. Just run like 30 years straight. But yeah, let's see here. Dr. Oz 2024. Dr. Oz. Yeah, why did they... It's making me wonder, why did they add him to a poll?
Speaking of Dr. Oz, even John Fetterman realizes that Trump can win Pennsylvania. So to all the DeSims out there, I think John Fetterman knows the state better than you guys do. He knows that Trump can win.
What if Republicans run Paul Ryan?
Oh, he would get like 1% in the primary.
Yeah, he would.
Paul Ryan comes 10%.
The guy, he's hated here. Nobody likes him.
No, I'm not shocked.
Hold on.
Yeah.
2022. Who is that like schizo Republican that ran in 2022 for Wisconsin?
Timothy Ramthun.
Yeah, we gotta run him.
Yes, run Timothy Ramthun. He's a patriot.
Timothy Ramthun. He got like 6%. We gotta run him.
Yes.
We are so
screwed. Tommy Thompson.
He should have ran. Yeah, Ramthun. He got the endorsements of Mike Lindell and Michael Flynn. Yeah, he did get 6%. Let's see here. Duster Carter for 2. Remember the Bush years when Republicans won the popular vote? Yeah, but that was because of 9/11.
Don't worry, that's going to happen again in 2024.
Hold the fuck up. Let's not say things that'll get this stream suspended.
What?
He just said...
I'm referring to Trump winning the popular vote.
Okay, never mind. I thought you meant something else.
Oh, YouTube! We can't talk about that.
No, it's just a fact. It's mentioned that he won because what happened 9/11. He was very popular.
No. He said that he said the Republicans gonna win in 20. He said that's gonna happen again. He was referring to.
I was referring to the popular vote.
Oh,
I thought he was referring to the other thing that happened in 2001.
I'm not in the position to know those kind of things, unfortunately.
You scared the shit out of me for a moment.
Gateway politics for 5. Rap for Wisconsin Senate 2024. No. First of all, I am not 30. Whoops. And second of all, I wouldn't want to deal with it, honestly. But Gore beat Bush in the popular vote. Yeah, but that was meh. Run George Romney against Baldwin. But yeah, I mean, I don't know who we can run. Look, speaking of the primary, remember how Cleefish was at 65%, but then she got like 42?
Yeah.
But yeah,
closer to the primary, she was polling closer, I think.
Do we have anybody that we can run?
Maybe there's like some random state legislator who's like an S tier campaigner and we just don't know about it yet. But like, I doubt it.
He's going to be the Ron DeSantis of Wisconsin.
We're not.
Tim Michaels, great man, Tim Michaels.
Seb Madsen for 2. Run Bucky Badger at this point. Yeah, but it's Bucky Badger. He's from Madison. He would get mauled if he ran as a Republican. Tim Michaels.
Exactly. This guy gets it.
Oh, gosh. It's like the primary...
I think I've made a strong case for Tim Michaels, Senate 24.
Sacrifice Van Order because he'll probably lose, lol. But why... Remember like 2 years ago how good of a bench we had in Wisconsin? Now it's like absolute garbage.
Well, it's because Gallagher, Tiffany, and Steele all declined, so
Well,
it's just like
Gallagher
all the random
sucks.
candidates. It's like all the candidates. It's like all like the backup candidates.
Gore probably wouldn't have gotten us in 30 wars. He'd only start 29.
I mean, just in terms of like, I'm not saying like, I'm not saying like, I'm saying more like, I'm saying more like just the candidates that that like Republicans in general wanted, because a lot of people wanted Gallagher. But
So, LaFollette Jr. for Senate. Yeah, there's like 50 of them still. So, what is so bad about
there's,
Kevin
like, so much-
Nicholson? He ran an awful campaign and collapsed politically. Let's see, but Gore would have been way better than Bush, maybe. Run Peter Meyer for Wisconsin Senate. He doesn't even live in Wisconsin. He lives in Michigan.
If he runs in Michigan, he'll get crushed.
Yeah, you see that poll that some like he got like 10% or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I know. Oh, are you talking about Michigan?
Yeah. Let's see. On a serious note, if I was Steve Daines, I would have pushed for Scott Walker.
At least
yeah.
The likely candidate it looks like in Michigan right now is Mike Rogers.
Woohoo! Yay! Yeah, I think that Steve Daines should try to get Scott Walker to run. Just need something to stick.
Run George Santos.
We clone Santos. He wins by 8, or like he wins by 30.
We cloned Santos 534 times.
I still can't go to the fact he outperformed Trump by 30 or whatever it was.
Can we just talk about how George Santos won his district by a bigger margin than J.D. Vance did in Ohio?
Yeah, and it was a D+15 state.
It makes sense.
Just run Oz in Wisconsin. No one will notice.
We're gonna
He was always Wisconsin.
We're gonna run Oz in Wisconsin. We're gonna call it Wisconsin.
Boo.
I was originally calling for Dr. Oz to carpet back to Ohio, but thankfully we already have Moreno to run.
I do want no clue who's running Wisconsin. We don't freaking know. We absolutely have no clue. Mike Lindell.
No, that's who we're running against Klobuchar. Did you not get the memo?
Sure, Lindell v. Klobuchar. It'll be the Lindell.
Honestly,
fight.
why not?
Let's run Jim O'Day.
Just run Lindell against Klobuchar and see what happens. I'm curious.
Run Joe O'Day.
Joe O'Day is pissed. He's coming back.
And he's like more left leaning now. And he does even worse in Colorado. Jim O'Day. Yeah, he changed his name to Jim. Oh gosh.
Jimmy for Senate.
Jimothy O'Dea.
Clone Ron Johnson, get beer ads. True.
Amy Klobuchar is the Bud Light of the Senate.
Thoughts on Scott Mayer? I know nothing about Scott Mayer.
I think he's the mayor.
Dead silence. No, I think he's a NASCAR driver, or was. Dustin Carter for 2. At least libertarians just look at Colorado now. Yeah. All leftists are moving to Colorado. So.
Oh yeah, no, Austin's seeing a massive exodus of all the left-leaning people, because of the abortion ban and the hate and the electric grid issue 2 years ago. A bunch of liberals that moved to Austin are now leaving to go back to they're either leaving for Denver or San Francisco, or they're going to,
a lot of liberals in Texas and as well as the Midwest in general are moving to Colorado.
Yeah, I think that Aaron Rodgers from Wisconsin Senate. He lives in New York now. We don't talk about that.
I mean, yeah, and I looked it up. Yeah, Scott Meyer is like a race car. He's like a race car driver. So.
Let's see here. Bluefish 13. Who would win a Ron Johnson v. Tammy Baldwin race? I think Baldwin. Or, Ron Johnson did call Baldwin gay on the debate stage, I think. So. He rapped, just convinced.
No, I think he referred to gay people as Baldwins.
Close enough. Hey, Rap, just convince Oz to move to Wisconsin to run for Senate there. Give hope.
LaRose sucks.
Yeah, I'm fine with him.
The guy was literally a Kasich supporter in 2016.
Run Shahi against Baldwin. Yeah, I mean the fact that, and nobody knows. That's a scary part, that we're in August. We know nobody that could seriously
Brett
run.
Favre for Wisconsin Senate.
Yeah.
Who's Brett Favre?
You don't know who Brett Favre is?
He's the guy. He's the guy that did the welfare fraud in Mississippi.
That's not what he's known for, James. He's known for being one of the greatest quarterbacks ever, and he played for the Packers.
Oh yeah, true.
I can't believe he's gonna lose Mississippi.
He also
Rap.
had that scandal.
What?
That related.
Rap, you also you forget I don't give a shit about football. The most
Fair
I know
enough.
about the most I know about the football is, are the Cowboys winning? Okay, I won't say I'm a Cowboys fan.
You're a Cowboys
Are
fan.
the Cowboys fuck off? Are the Cowboys losing? Okay, I'll say I'm a Cowboys fan.
Someone suggested Rents Grievous.
He's... I don't know if he lives in
I
Wisconsin
think
anymore.
we should run Herschel Walker for Wisconsin Senate.
Why not?
I mean, the
Well,
people
get-
there love abortion, so I mean, hey,
Not really, but
Get Ted Cruz to run in Wisconsin.
LaRoche Shills are still coping about over some
Ted
reparations.
Cruz versus Kamala
Trump
Harris.
is going to endorse Moreno. He's already being friendly with him. He's going to win the primary, and he's going to beat Sherrod Brown.
Giannis Antetokounmpo for Wisconsin Senate. He doesn't give a shit about politics. He's like the only NBA player that doesn't. Giannis is the one of the best players in the NBA, and he plays for the Bucks. He doesn't give an actual shit about politics. He's one of the few. So, I respect him for that. Also because he's on the Bucks. So, would DeSantis do worse in Wisconsin over Kelly? No, he wouldn't do worse. That's what a 12-point defeat.
At
It
this
was a-
point,
it was
he would.
fine.
At this point, Rob would do worse in Wisconsin, considering everything that's happened up to this point.
I got an idea, Rap and friends. Run Saul Goodman for Senate in New Mexico.
This is what we've been saying for a long time
So
over here at
good,
Real
man.
American Politics.
Saul Goodman.
Wait, it's the Saul Goodman v. Walter White primary.
I am the one that knocks.
I am the one that hands out health care.
What?
Oh yeah, I forgot that Scott Fitzgerald existed. I mean, I saw someone say run him.
Yeah. Safe bet is just run a state rep, yeah. Dustin Carter for 2. How many House seats will we get in North Carolina and Ohio? Ohio probably 1? I would assume.
When are they gonna redraw?
I don't know.
They've had nearly a whole year now.
Apparently they're starting to work on it, but I think Ohio's could probably be 1, North Carolina's probably like 2, I'm guessing.
I thought it would be 3 in North Carolina. I thought it would be Jackson.
Whatever.
Manning, and
3, 4, 6, 12.
I
I
thought it'd
don't
be like
freaking
4.
know.
I thought it was gonna be like 4 in North Carolina.
Okay, 4,
though.
whatever.
Well,
3 or
the
4.
the recent the Milligan ruling protected Don Davis, and also some of the people in the legislature like Don Davis, so they want to keep his district.
Smith will win anyways.
Run Baldwin against Baldwin, so she loses either way. No, not Stu Peters. No. Yeah, I think it's gonna be some state legislator. That's what I think is gonna happen. They're gonna find not Voss. Voss is freaking hated. He almost lost his freaking primary as a speaker. I mean, I wouldn't call him that popular.
They'll find some random.
Oh, breaking news! Breaking news!
What?
Tunisian president sacks country's prime minister, appoints new one.
What?
Which country? What?
Tunisia.
Oh,
Tunisia.
that's North Africa, right?
Yep.
Yes.
That's North
Whoa.
Africa. That's not near that's not West Africa.
That's close enough.
They've had some. They had some issues with democracy recently because
Democracy.
they had reformed into a democracy after the Arab Spring, and then there was a president, I guess, who did some authoritarian crackdowns.
So okay,
So
well,
it might be related to that.
are we seeing Africa going to a bunch of civil wars?
Well, I mean,
Oh,
the
no.
conflict in West Africa isn't a civil war; it would be an interstate war.
Same thing. There's no difference. It's always been the same thing for 30 years. Well, that's mostly been Sudan and stuff, but either way, it's just whatever. It's not gonna be fun either way. And it's just why is nobody saying anything about this?
I at least people have been saying a lot of stuff about West Africa.
Well, I'm talking about like the government, like the Biden administration. They're not saying shit about it.
I mean, they might just be sort of letting ECOWAS handle it like within the region to not appear as too interventionist.
Well, but at some point you got to say something because like, is this another foreign policy disaster? Like all of like Western Africa just implodes.
Well,
Oh,
don't
so
think
he
that- I
replaced
don't
the
think
prime
that-
minister. Oh, that's okay. So he replaced the prime minister of Tunisia because he just suffered a near fatal heart attack.
Well, that's a little bit different. I thought it's like they just took over. They said, "Screw it, we're gone."
But I don't think that anything in West Africa will really be like. I don't think we'll have that much influence. I think it'll be France. I think we'll be more of a secondary sort of figure. Like we'll be a secondary sort of we're not going to be we're not going to be the ones where it's not going to be like Ukraine. I don't think it's not going to be like we're.
I'm not saying that, but
like that's like France is I think going to be taking the leading role in any sort of intervention.
Here's the
with
thing
Africa.
though, like James, we're the United States. I'm not saying we got to intervene, but we should be the brokers of peace and all that stuff, not directly involved.
I think the Biden administration's is at least if I had to guess what they're going to do is they're just going to go with whatever ECOWAS wants, like the West African Economic Community.
Yeah, well, I don't think
they're going to let them handle it themselves.
I don't think.
Then
I think
see
France
where
is
it
going
goes.
to France is going to strike like all those countries that have uranium and stuff because like shit, that's where we get all of our energy from.
Yeah, though I think France could replace it with like Australia.
Maybe. All right, so I think if anybody got any more super chats, any more questions, send them now because I think we went through everything. I think.
Yeah, I mean we covered sort of everything that's been in the news.
Oh gosh, it's gonna be a shit show in the next like year. Are there any important international elections coming up? I think Poland, right?
Yeah, I think Poland's coming up.
Yeah, Poland.
I'll look up if there's any big elections coming up.
Well, Ukraine's supposed to have some elections.
Funny
I
joke.
mean, they're not going to do elections until the war ends.
They're never gonna have
They're never going to have an
They're
election
never having
again.
elections again. That just is cold.
Ukraine is a dictatorship
There's
until
gonna
it stops
be- there's gonna
existing.
I'm just reading through it. Like Europe, I'm just looking to see if there's any. Big
Okay. So, have we
Not
talked
really.
about who the Obama appointee is for Jan 6th? I just learned something interesting. Chuck Khan is the only federal judge in DC who has sentenced Jan 6th defendants to sentences longer than the Department of Justice had requested.
Oh, we're screwed. Well, Dustin Carter for 2. Thoughts on the AFD in Germany and Vox in Spain. Spain's a shit show with that election that happened.
Yeah, it may have to
I
go
mean,
to the
they're-
Supreme Court.
I think Spain's just going to have another election.
Yeah, they're going to. There's no way. I mean, what is it like?
The-
Somebody resigned and like it's tied
It
now.
was,
Crazy.
Yeah, it's something like the problem is that it's the independence parties that have like the key to the majority, and they're definitely not going to ally with Fox, but they're also not going to ally with the left because the left doesn't want them to have independence.
Bruh.
So no, the major parties in Spain don't want them to have independence. So trying to govern a coalition like that would be a nightmare.
Yeah, and AFD they're gonna surpass first place. It's only a matter of time.
I mean, they might. I mean, if you split the CSU and the CDU, they might already have it.
Yeah, at this point it's just like it's a matter of time. It's not like
Also,
when,
I saw
if,
like
it's when.
I saw one poll in like German elections where like the tankies were beating the Die Linke. Like, cause like they kicked out the tankies from the party, and the tankies like starting to beat them.
All right, I think a lot of people vote tactically against Vox. I could see it.
I think that happened. Yeah.
All right, yeah, we went over everything. No more super chats, I don't believe. If you guys did enjoy this stream, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys in the next stream or video. Godspeed.